Okay, guys, it is good to see you. We are talking about how to properly pronounce the word. Is it Omicron? Is it Omicron? How do we say the name of this new COVID variant? I am doing this segment because, quite honestly, the first day, excuse me, I'm going to get myself comfortable. The very first day that I did a video on this, I called it Omicron. And that's the way it looked to me. I never said this word before. I don't think I'd heard it before that I'd known about. And I said Omicron all throughout the video. And I posted the video. Happy with the video, still, don't get me wrong. But the minute I turned on the news to hear the broadcast, of course, I've been reading articles about it. So I'd seen the word and interpreted it as Omicron. All I heard on the news were people saying Omicron or Omicron. And I was like, oh, my goodness. I pronounced this wrong. And literally, if you go back to that video when I'm talking about Omicron or Omicron coming into this country and spreading throughout the world, you'll hear me say, Omicron, Omicron, Omicron. Now, you guys have been fantastic. Many of you have not called me out on that, although some of you have. I did talk about it in some of my other lives about how I felt as though I mispronounced it. However, I've got some news for you guys. By the way, I've done a little research to figure out exactly how we are supposed to pronounce Omicron or Omicron. This is the new COVID variant that is literally taking the world by storm. And I'm going to give you the exact way, the proper way that we're actually supposed to pronounce this word. Because honestly, I didn't know. Maybe you guys knew. Let me tell you a little bit first about how we came up with this word Omicron or Omicron for this COVID variant. A lot of you guys have been asking, where do they come up with these names? Where do they even come up with these words to tell us how we're calling COVID variants? Well, very quickly before I tell you how to pronounce it, Omicron or Omicron, basically, that's a Greek word. It's the 15th letter of the Greek alphabet. What the World Health Organization has decided to do is they've decided to name many of these variants after letters of the Greek alphabet. That's why we have variants called alpha, beta, delta, gamma, lambda, right? These are all letters in the Greek alphabet. Omicron or Omicron is no different than that. That is the 15th letter. The World Health Organization has decided to use these letters from the Greek alphabet to do a couple of things. They decided to use these because, number one, calling, a variant Delta or Omicron or Gamma is a lot easier than saying B1157893 or whatever the name of the scientific name of the variant is. And it's a mouthful, right? And it sort of leaves us open for sometimes confusion and misinterpretation and incorrectness. So it's less confusing. It's easier to communicate when we use these names: alpha, beta, delta, lambda, gamma. And also, the World Health Organization did not want to cause any offense to any particular groups of people or regions, etc. That's why we don't name the variants after countries or locations or groups of people, etc., because, well, there's no need to do that. And we certainly don't want to associate inappropriately with certain groups, right? So they're labeling them based on the Greek alphabet. So that's how we've gotten Omicron or Omicron. So let's talk about the correct ways to pronounce this word, because this has been like the bane of my existence lately. Because, as I said, after the first video, and I was like, Omicron, Omicron. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I've done it wrong. By the way, for those of you who are joining us, thank you so much. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. I'm a practicing family physician and on-air health expert and video creator. Thank you for being with me. I'm doing frequent updates about Omicron or Omicron, rather, this new variant, because there was a lot changing in the world. This is a fast traveling variant. By the way, if you've not liked and followed my page, I invite you to do so. Thank you guys for sending stars on Facebook. For those of you on YouTube, thank you for the super chats and the super stickers. Write in the comments, first of all, if you knew how to say Omicron or Omicron. By the way, I'm going to tell you how to say it, or if you called it like what I did, Omicron. Let me know in the comments if you knew how to say the word, because clearly, Dr. Jen, I didn't think I knew how. Okay, so let's get to this. Let's get to the point. So how do you say it? I found this great New York Times article. You can Google it. And they said that there are actually a number of ways to say Omicron or Omicron, and to say it correctly. So there's a number of sort of accepted pronunciations. So let me give you the first one. And again, this is the 15th letter of the Greek alphabet. And according to the New York Times, there is no single agreed upon pronunciation. They say that according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, you can Google this online, two pronunciations are acceptable. That's Omicron. See, gosh, I always trip over myself. Omicron or Omicron. Both of those two are totally acceptable. You're not surprised, neither am I. That's what we're hearing people say on the news. That's what we're hearing people say. Omicron, 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 Omicron. That's what we're hearing people say, right? Not a surprise there. Okay, but there are a couple of other pronunciations that are actually legitimate. According to this New York Times article, they say that, according to the New York Times, also the pronunciation of Omicron is actually legitimate. Omicron. And guys, like literally I had to like spell it out and like with like the little, lines and stuff to make sure I could like remember how to say it. Omicron apparently is a legitimate pronunciation of this word. So we have Omicron, we have Omicron, we have Omicron, and drum roll please. Okay. I thought I had been saying it all wrong in my very first video when I said Omicron, 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 and I was once again devastated when I watched the news. But according to the Oxford Learner's Dictionary, saying Omicron is actually okay. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Once again, there's no single agreed upon pronunciation of this word. There are multiple ways to pronounce it. We'll hear Omicron, we'll hear Omicron, we'll hear Omicron, and we could also possibly hear Omicron. So, however you're saying it, I think that you're doing okay. And by the way, let me go back because a couple of you are mentioning, and I'm glad that you did. The World Health Organization, they labeled, of course, alpha, beta, delta, lambda, all sorts of things. But you should know that they skipped two letters of the alphabet, of the Greek alphabet. They skipped the 13th letter of the alphabet because that sounds too similar to the word new, N-E-W. The actual Greek alphabet letter is N-U, and they thought there would be some misunderstanding if people were saying new and not thinking it was N-U, but thinking it was N-E-W. They also skipped the 14th letter of the Greek alphabet, that's XI, because that happens to be a common last name. And they didn't want any confusion with, say a proper name, a surname, a last name. So they skipped 13 and 14. They got the ones before that, and they went right to 15, which is Omicron, 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 or Omicron. Guys, I hope that's helpful. I wanted to come and do this video. I thought it's fascinating that there are multiple ways to say this word Omicron, 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 Omicron. Say that 5 times fast. Let me know how you've been saying the word down below. If you got it right, if you knew, perhaps you all knew this. Also, guys, for those of you who have not liked and followed my page, please do. Thank you all in advance for the stars. I'll respond to you personally. Also, guys, let me know, both on YouTube and Facebook, please let me know. Have you gotten the COVID vaccine? Have you gotten your booster yet? I ask this all the time because I want to know. Let me know if you've gotten your booster. That is one of our most important bets for dealing with this variant and the virus in general. Get your vaccines, get your boosters, make sure you get your shots. Also, guys, consider joining my group called I Got the COVID Vaccine. This is a group on Facebook. You can check out the pinned comment right there on my Facebook Live to see. You can join it. It's called I Got the COVID Vaccine. You can hear from other people who are getting the vaccine. You can share your vaccination story. We can high five you on YouTube. Check out the description for that link as well. And then for exclusive content, you can join my subscription groups as well. Make sure you guys keep it locked here. I'm doing daily updates to keep you in the know. Make sure you let me know if you've gotten your vaccine, your booster. Let me know what questions you have in the comments. And also, if you knew all of this information about how to pronounce this word, the 15th letter of the Greek alphabet. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. It's good to see you. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.